So when we have two different foreign policy objectives, how do they interact? And then maybe a bit cynically, if then they clash, what comes next is the war and global conflict. So this is the third part of my module choice. And global politics as an overarching theme is a very valuable addition because that addresses all the other actors than states. Because we do have other actors as well. It's very 19th century to talk only about states. So we do need to take into account the non-state actors as well.
When you think back at your first lecture experience or seminar experience, I mean, what was it like? Was it something you expected, or how were your fellow students?
Well, I don't have university background in Finland, so it's difficult to compare. But what I've understood from my friends and colleagues, so to say, it's a more discussion-based culture here. So we don't go to the lectures just to receive information, but we're actually encouraged to question the lecturers, the professors. And there was a couple of occasions last year when I actually emailed after the lecture, like, I found this thing out, and I sent some material about what was said or whatever. And then they usually took it up and put it online to the other students so we can actually discuss within their whole module. And the seminars is also something that I'm not used to. And when I mentioned these weekly discussion groups, everyone in Finland was like, wow, why don't we do that? I mean, that sounds really good. Because it really, if you're put in the front of the class and you're supposed to give a presentation on a certain topic, even if it's not marked or anything, it's a kind of, because you want to succeed in front of your peers, you do the job well. You put more effort on that week because you know that you will be presenting. So there's a healthy kind of group pressure, I think, and I think that worked very well.
Excellent. And you're student representative in your second year? How did this come about, or what is it?
For the first year, I was acting as a student representative. And basically, it means being the first point of contact between the staff members in the department and the students from my year. Many students, especially because they have different cultural backgrounds and so on, and they might be fairly young when they come to university for the first time and in a new city, a new country, they don't necessarily feel comfortable talking to staff members directly, especially if you have a fancy title in front of your name. Me being just another Facebook friend with a stupid profile picture and bad English, it's easier for them to come and talk to me. And then usually what I can do is to point a person from the department and go and talk to this person. I cannot solve their problems, but I can tell who can.
Anything on your piece of paper that you always wanted to tell the world?
Yes. One clear advantage studying in King's in general is the location. It's one thing to study politics or international relations out there somewhere. It's another thing to study it in London, which gives you an access to decision makers, to policy makers, to everything. And it's still another thing to study in King's in London, which gives you an access to this huge network of professional and